What's up guys, it's your boy Jordan back with another e-commerce video. And in this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I scaled my Shopify brand past $17,000 in sales in just one day. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I found the product, how I turned that product into a brand, how I built the foundation to scale, and then I'm going to be revealing my exact methods that I use to scale it past this level. So if you're interested in starting your own online business and you like content like this, give me a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more. And without further ado, let's jump over to the computer and get this video started. First things first, everybody always asks for proof, and I completely understand. So let's get that out of the way. You can see that in just 24 hours with a quick refresh here. Just a couple days ago, this is not some old stats, we did over $17,000 in sales with over a 7% conversion rate, which to me are pretty decent numbers. There's still a lot of room for growth for this project, but as it stands right now, this is our best day on this store. I also will show you guys the profit real quick. So for the month right now, I'm over $19,000, right at about $20,000 this month in profit, and it's only the first 10 days. And if I go to the 5th really quickly, you guys can see that I did over $6,000 in profit in just one day, which is 36% margin. So how did I do it? Let's get started. What I'm going to be talking about today is first how I found and branded this product, then how I built the foundation, and then the strategy that I used to scale. First things first, finding the product. Now, honestly, I believe that this is like the simplest part of the process and people massively overcomplicate this. If I could summarize it into one sentence, it would be find what works and improve upon it. So these three methods here are my favorites for finding what's already working. When I say working, I mean somebody else is selling that product and making money off of it right now on a dropshipping store. So the first method and the way that I actually found this product that I'm selling right now is I got targeted with it on a Facebook ad. The product had like 6 million views, but the video was not that good and the website was average. So I figured if I make a better video than this and a better website, I can totally compete against these people and probably beat them. And that's exactly what happened. This is my favorite method just because it happens every single day that Facebook is delivering you these products, especially if you start to like them, go to the website, add to cart. Facebook starts to believe that you're a purchaser and it shows you more products every single day. Same with Instagram. Also, I like using Amazon Most Wished For and Movers and Shakers tab. This is a no-brainer. Amazon's the biggest shopping website online. You guys can just go on there and use these two tabs to find stuff that people are asking for Christmas or for their birthday. And you can also see the Movers and Shakers, which is the things that are climbing up in ranking. Personally, I like Movers and Shakers more, but that's just me. And then lastly, the AliExpress Dropshipping Center. If you've been doing this for a while, you're familiar with this tool. It's nothing new. It just ranks what's selling well on the AliExpress website itself. So once you find something that's working, I 100% recommend these last two steps as I believe that they are crucial. So validate each product with Google Trends and do some competitor research. I have other videos on product research that are extremely detailed, so I don't want to spend too much time on this now, but I want to see if we can find a winning product or a product that has potential in like 30 seconds, because like I said, it's really simple and we'll try to do it together. So go to Amazon. I'm not going to do it with the Facebook method because we're going to have to scroll. Go to bestsellers. I advise that you guys go to Movers and Shakers right away. There's a bunch of categories that I like: baby, beauty, camera and photo, cell phones, clothing, sports and outdoors, health and household, home and kitchen. We're going to go with beauty for now because I really believe it's one of the best opportunities. And right off the bat, look at this one. This product jumped up 50,000%. The sales rank is now 300 where it was 150,000 before. You can see that they're actually sold out of the product. In the comments, people really like the product. So let's see if it's doing good on Google Trends. If we pull up Google Trends here, we search up the product, wax warmer. You can see it's at 100 right now. And then to do some competitor research, we're really just looking for somebody that is selling this product. You guys can see these people right here. They're doing a dropshipping store. It's very clear. It looks exactly like Shopify. If you go to their page here, you can see that they have a Facebook page. And if we look and scroll down to their page transparency, you can see that they're running ads. So this product checks out, guys. It's a cool product. It's unique. As far as I know, you can't buy these at stores. I'm pretty sure that's why it's sold out on Amazon. So it has potential. Finding the product is not the hard part. The hardest part is figuring out what you can do better than the competition. And if you can answer that, you have no issues finding a winning product. And anybody that makes money with e-commerce will tell you the same thing, okay? So how did I test and validate this product? Before building this product into a brand, I tested this on a broad niche store. What I mean by this is it's kind of like a general store because you can test a lot of products, but the store has a nice branded feel to it. So I pulled up 2 examples here. We have Delta Hiking and Arctic Shirt. These guys are really like a nice kind of like home goods store. They have a bunch of furniture and stuff like that. And then this one's more of like an outdoor store. And you can see they have all these products here. They can test anything in the outdoor space all day long. These guys can test pretty much any product at all, to be honest. They have lamps, they have forks, they have tables and other stuff. So a store like this is great because it has that branded, legitimate feel, but you can also test a variety of products. And that is what you really need at this stage because you need to find that winning product, right? So that is the first step. Once I found this product, it took me about 4 product tests to find it. I just immediately shut off my ads and filmed my own custom ads. So I took my iPhone, I got my sister actually, and we just filmed a little video for the product. It was a super simple video. It took me an hour to shoot the video. This video did much better than my original video, and it 100% validated the product for me to scale it. So I just scaled it up to around 50 orders a day. I started working with an agent, and I can link you guys some agents down below to cut down my shipping times. And this got me down to 2 weeks shipping time. So this all happened in around 3 weeks. I tested products the first week. I found that winner at the end of the week. I made my own custom video the second week. The second week, the video started doing well. And in the 3rd week, I started working with an agent. You guys got to move quickly with this. And I have a couple years of experience with e-commerce, so don't compare your timeline to mine, but that's what worked for me. So after that, what did I do to brand the product and take it to the next level? I changed the store from that broad niche to focus entirely on this type of product. This actually increased my conversion rate pretty significantly and made me focus on going all in on the product. You really don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I see the long-term potential for this brand, so I just decided to go all in like that. The store now only has a couple products on it, but they all go hand in hand, and I use them as cross-sells and upsells, so they all work together. After that, I worked with my agents, put a logo on the product and get a custom bag. And this just took the brand to the next level because now in all of our ads and all of our content, our product is branded, and all of our images on our website, our product is branded. And the customer experience is so much better because people get the product, they want to share it, they want to post it on their stories, which happens almost every day for us now. And that's super exciting. And then I just continue to shoot more content, more photos, and keep scaling my ads. Now, this process here, this is like a 2-month process, if I'm being honest with you. The first step didn't take long, but getting the product branded, getting the custom packaging took a little while, and shooting more content and getting my ads to scale from around like $3,000 a day to $5,000 to $10,000 a day did take a lot of testing and experimentation. And that's really necessary when building a brand. So understand that while you might be able to breeze through this first part, the second phase of really taking it to the next level does take time. But if you're building something that you believe in, you will sacrifice and take that time. I want to talk about why you have to be careful building on a weak foundation. And an example of weak foundation is building a general dropshipping store. Now, disclaimer, I've made over $2 million from running a general store in the past. If it wasn't for that general store, I probably wouldn't be in this position I am today. But the general store is not really a long-term play, and this is why. Like I said, it's good for generating cash flow. It's amazing for finding a winning product to brand. That's what I advise to you guys for testing. But when you find that winner, you got to switch it up because if you're running that product on a general store, it's low-hanging fruit for literally anybody to steal your product. You're constantly relying on a next trend to stay afloat, testing random products, hoping for another one to pop. Your customer service and experience is usually not that good. You might have good customer service, but there's no wow factor when they get your product. They don't feel like they're shopping with a brand or a community. They're just buying something they saw on Facebook. And typically, this is more of a short-term strategy as opposed to long-term. It can be done longer term, but it's very rare. And I've only seen a couple people pull it off successfully. Now, what I would recommend is using drop shipping to build a brand. So testing products on a niche or general store, finding a winning product, and then going all in and branding that product. Now, this requires a higher skill set and a little bit more of an upfront time and money investment. But the truth is, you can use drop shipping to learn skills, find a product, and generate cash flow, and then funnel all of that into your brand. It's exactly what I've done. That's exactly what all of my 7- and 8-figure e-commerce friends have done as well. It's the same formula that I've seen work over and over again like clockwork. It makes it so much more difficult for competitors to steal your product. And my favorite thing about it is that you're building a moat. So that's why I put this castle here. It's like, okay, if somebody were to try to siege this castle, right, and you lifted up your bridge, like they're gonna have to swim through this water while they have to climb over the wall and break through your gate. Whereas if it's a dropshipping brand, it's the same thing. You're having custom content, you're having custom photos, you're having a brand and product, you're having fast shipping, customer reviews, influencers. If somebody wants to compete with that, they have to go through all those things to really get to your level. They have to go through the months that you went through to get to that level. And that's the difference. And that is why it's a longer term strategy, because as an investor, they would want to scoop up something like that as opposed to just a product and a campaign on Facebook ads. It takes longer to get it off the ground, but when it's working, it works extremely well. And I'm going to share with you guys 2 examples of brands that started with dropshipping. You guys already saw Arctic Shirt, but if we look at their similar web stats, you guys can see that they're doing crazy numbers. They're doing around like 400,000 visitors a month. And if we can estimate that they make $1 per visitor, which is very low, they're doing around $400,000 to $500,000 a month, which I would like to say that they're doing more than that. Now, if we check out BlendJet, which is a brand that completely started off drop shipping, Arctic Shirt still drop ships, by the way, but BlendJet doesn't drop ship at all, but they started drop shipping. You guys can see that they're close to 1 million visitors a month. So we can estimate that this brand is making around like $1 to $1.5 million a month with just one product. This is really the potential of branding. And I'm not selling you guys anything here. I'm just telling you what I've learned from my years of doing this. This is really the best strategy if you want to see long-term results. So the final preparations that I took before scaling past the level that I showed you guys today, and once again, this is not something that I did overnight. Like, these things took a while to really get them ironed out, but these are necessary steps, especially if you're running a brand right now. So I took my Shopify page and I converted it into a custom landing page using this app called Gem Pages. If you guys want an example of a template to follow, check out Brandon Nigan. I don't know how to say his last name. I'll put a link to his channel down below. He just made a video sharing his template and it's really good. Similar to what I'm doing. Mine's a little different though. This brought my conversion rate up. You guys saw the conversion rate. It's very nice. We average over 6% conversion rate daily. I also set up retargeting on Facebook, you know, just hitting the people that visited the website, people that viewed my video with a discount, with some testimonials, works extremely well. I set up Google and Snapchat ads for retargeting too. I actually got banned from Google for no reason, so not running Google ads right now for the time being, but Snapchat ads are doing pretty well for retargeting. Haven't figured out to get them to work for cold audiences, but I'm working on it. And then SMS marketing and email marketing. So SMS, I use SMS Bump. I just switched over to Attentive, which is much better, but they're way more expensive. And email marketing, I use Klaviyo, and I hired one of my friends to set all those up. I can put a link to his agency down below. Last 2 things I did, guys, was a post-purchase upsell sequence with one-click upsell. It's native into Shopify now. It's really easy to set up. And then I just launched another product with ads. So now we have 2 winning products scaling alongside each other. And then I just started cranking up the ads, because the truth is, if you did everything else that I mentioned on this video, scaling is the easy part. One of the things you guys have to understand though is that scaling is a numbers game. So if you don't understand your numbers, it's going to be impossible to scale. What I understood is that I have a break-even point on my product of like 1.3x ROAS. So that means that I can spend so aggressively on Facebook, so much more aggressively than almost any of my competition. I can spend almost double than what they are, just because I understand that my product is a lot cheaper to source because I have a good agent. I understand my back end and how much money I'm gonna make off that, and the bundles and upsells that I have set up. It's so much harder to compete with me is the conclusion that I'm trying to make here. Now, when it comes to finding stuff that's scalable, literally like test every single interest possible when you have a winning product. Like, you have no reason not to, because the weirdest, most left field interests are the ones that end up working. I don't know why, but it just is like that. Don't be afraid to go super broad either, like just targeting parents as an interest and engaged shoppers as an interest and Best Buy as an interest. Like I literally test everything. I'm like a freaking mad scientist. And also try no targeting, as that works really good for me as well. The lookalikes, it's no different. I literally test every single lookalike. 25% video viewers, 50%, 75, 10-second video viewers, people that engage with my Facebook page, people that engage with my Instagram page, view content, add to cart, every single one of them. And an easy way to do that is just making 5 of them. So 1%, 1 to 3, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, and 7 to 10%. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, go watch my other videos or go watch the Facebook Blueprint course, because it's such a long topic. It would make this video 20 minutes longer, but it's very simple what I'm trying to say here. So once you find the lookalikes and the interests that are working and you built the foundation for your brand, now's the fun part. You get to enjoy the fruits of your labor. And to get to that level, I spent around, in one day, I spent $5,900 on ads. So I did this breakdown here. It's not 100% accurate, but it's pretty close. This is around $6,000 in ad spend. And this is kind of how I broke that down. So $1,000 a day on an interest scaling campaign with my top 5 interests on the first product. Same thing with the second product. It's basically a duplicate because the products are so similar. Same with this one here. 5 different lookalike campaigns at $250 a day with the 5 lookalikes that I mentioned before, this right here. And I just duplicated it again because the products are so similar that the same audiences work for them, right? So now you're looking at $2,000 here, and then $1,250 here, $1,250 here. So, we're almost at $5,000. And then when you add up these, it gets us to around like $5,000 to $6,000 in spend. And that's pretty much it. It's such a simple strategy to actually scale it. I'm not doing anything crazy. I have good content. I have a branded product. I have a high feedback score, but that's only because I did all of these things that I mentioned before. And these are the most important things. It's not this little scaling strategy at the end. I promise you that. And if you try to throw this at a business that's not optimized, it's the equivalent to pouring water in a leaky bucket. You're just going to be dropping water everywhere. You're not going to be able to bring it back home. So the last thing that I want to touch on in this video is understand this. Building a brand to this level is not a linear process. Like, I cannot tell you, even with all my experience and the capital that I had going to this, how stressful it has been sometimes. It really goes like this. As your skill grows over time, you're going to see dips in your skill and your performance. We can honestly replace skill with performance. When I first started this brand, I made a video 0 to 10K profit in 20 days, right? That's this right here. But then after that, we ran into some issues. We ran into a supplier that wasn't doing a good job. I ran into competitors stealing my videos. Then we get to the next phase. I scaled to my first $100,000 month, which was super exciting. Then I run into payment processor issues. I get my Facebook account disabled. Then we scale to this level that we're at right now, where I just hit $18,000 almost in one day. But guess what? I'm still running into issues. We weren't expecting that level of volume. So now we're a little back ordered on our units. I also just got a Facebook page disabled, which I'm working on getting back right now. But guess what's going to happen when I work through that? We're going to surpass this. We're going to be doing $20,000, $30,000 a day. And hopefully I can get to that one point where I sell this brand for 7 to 8 figures. And I think that it's only a matter of time at this point. So understand that this process is not linear. You're going to have some ups and downs. And the sooner that you accept that, the sooner you will be great. So listen, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope that you found some value from it. I'm going to be giving away a free coaching call to one of you viewers. To enter the coaching call, just subscribe to my channel and follow me on Instagram. Shoot me a DM when you're done. Looking forward to connecting with you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and I will see you guys in the next video.